Hello, magical people. How's it going out there? My name's Meg Moonbeam, and welcome back to the Daily Astro Show here on the Meg Moonbeam and Beyond Mystic YouTube, Rumble, and X channels. Happy to be here with you all to share our Western astrological horoscope going into the weekend of Friday, May 2nd into Sunday, May 4th. Very happy to be here with you all as this past week I had a head cold. I lost my voice. I'm still a little bit congested, as you guys can maybe hear. Hopefully, I don't have a coughing fit, but I am feeling a lot better. So, very happy to be here with you all. Moving forward, we're back to regular scheduled programming involving me. So, let me know how you guys are doing in the live chat or the comments below. And before we get into the astrology, as always, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Meg Moonbeam and Beyond Mystic YouTube, Rumble, and X channels. If you'd like to have a personal astrology reading with me, those are available over at consultations.beyondmystic.net. And my availability at the moment is starting in September 2025. So if you'd like to have a reading with me, you're going to have to go forward to September. So how is everybody doing? Hello, Linda. Very nice to see you here. How's everybody feeling out there? We've got an interesting weekend ahead as we have actually today, Friday, May 2nd, as I'm filming this video, exact Venus-Neptune conjunction. Very, very special. So we're going to be talking about that. Also, Pluto going retrograde on Sunday. So Friday and Saturday are our last 2 days until March 2026, where all planets are moving direct. So pretty big energies that we've got going on as we get into this weekend. We're also at the beginning of May. So happy May, happy Beltane, everybody, if you celebrate the natural Celtic calendar as I do. And I want to say as well, thank you so much to everyone that sent positive well wishes my way when I wasn't feeling well. I could definitely feel the love, can still feel the love, and love you guys all back very, very much. Thank you for all the support. So, okay, let's bring up a chart for Friday, May 2nd. And by the way, I'm going to, because I couldn't talk the past pretty much almost the whole week, I'm going to be doing my May astrology forecast on Monday. So stay tuned for that for the collective and all 12 signs. I'm going to be reviewing some of the things we had last weekend, some of the crazy stuff that we had last week, the Canadian election. So stay tuned for that. So yeah, as we go into this weekend, we've got the moon at home in Cancer on Friday, going into Saturday, and then Saturday, moon in Leo, Sunday, also moon in Leo. So it's nice that we've got the moon in signs that she likes to be in. So emotionally, we are feeling good. We're feeling nurtured. Of course, there is a lot of very intense things going on at the same time. We're still in the Mars-Pluto opposition within a 5-degree orb until May 8th. So it's nice that we've got the moon in Cancer and Leo going into this weekend. That's going to offset some of the intensity that's still lingering from this Mars-Pluto opposition. With the moon in Cancer on Friday and part of Saturday, it's good for us to be focusing on the home, family, private matters, self-care as well. And moon in Leo is inviting us to have some fun. Okay, do something fun. It's the weekend. Let's do something fun. Okay. And I was on Beyond the News with JC on the Beyond Mystic channel last night, and I subbed in for Janine because it was her birthday. And we did talk quite a bit about our kind of afterthoughts, intuitive after feelings after the Canadian election, as we're both Canadians. And if you haven't already seen my astrology of the Canadian election video that I did on my channel, you can go check that out. I just want to get this out of the way because I know many of my fellow Canadians are like feeling like, what the fuck right now? Okay. The situation is not going to stay how it is being projected onto the public through the mainstream media. Things are not staying normal for Canada, and there's actually very positive transits incoming for Canada. So I know it looks really freaky. We've got this crazy globalist, Mark Carney, that's just become our prime minister. Please hold on to hope. Please hold on to positivity, following your heart in these times. And, as an astrologer, I can tell you that things are going to be getting more positive for Canada in a very unexpected way. So stay tuned, remain calm. Okay, it's normal for you to feel grief, for you to feel upset, for you to feel scared. Do what you feel that you need to do. During these times as a freedom loving Canadian, we're going to get through this. So I'm going to talk about that more at length in a separate show, but just wanted to say that. Okay, so we're going to be good out there, Canadians. Don't worry. So yeah, as we go into the weekend, I like that we've got moon in Cancer, we've got moon in Leo as well. Today, Friday, May 2nd, we have exact Venus conjunct Neptune. Okay. This is very special because we're now in this Neptune in Aries transit as of March 30th, 2025. So it's over a month now that we've been in this Neptune in Aries transit. And I'm curious to hear from any of you guys. Has anybody felt the shift of Neptune ingressing into Aries? Has anybody felt that? Let me know if you felt that in the live chat or the comments below. I definitely feel like since Neptune has moved out of Pisces, and he is going to go back one last time in the autumn of this year, but since Neptune has gone into Aries, it feels like things are starting to feel like they're getting more real. We're needing to be more grounded and embodied. There is more clarity coming forward in our personal lives and the collective, and it feels like things are starting to move faster. In particular, with this weekend of having this Venus conjunct Neptune, which is exact today, May 2nd, this is, a spiritual upgrade. Remember, Neptune, ruling planet of Pisces, the planet that rules the spirit world, that which is not of this world. It's a spiritual upgrade of the things that Venus rules in life. Venus is about our values, our commitments, our committed relationships, our pleasures and enjoyments of life, right? So Neptune can be dissolving. We can notice as we go into this weekend and today, there's a dissolving of certain relationships, of certain lovers, work partners, work situations, income streams, finances, things that have to do with finances as well. There's a theme of great dissolving and clearing out from the karmic level what no longer serves us in relationships, in our values. But it doesn't feel like it's hard because it's in Aries, Neptune and Venus conjunct in Aries at an Aries degree, 1 degree. So this can be, as we go into the weekend, Aries is fast, right? And all planets are direct until Sunday when Pluto goes retrograde. We'll get into that. There can be very fast, quick breakthroughs, upgrades, letting go, dissolving realizations about things. So this is a weekend where it would actually be good for you to see where you have 1 degrees of Aries in your personal chart, because this is an area with this Venus Neptune conjunction. You can be dissolving something that's maybe been a really intense or heavy issue up until this point, actually quite fast. So let me know if anybody's going through that already. Aries also has to do with divine masculine, our empowerment, our boundaries as well. So it's asking us to look at in relationships, Venus, in income streams, Venus, where have we given our power away? How can we take that power back, right? Dissolve what no longer serves. So it's quite spiritual. It's quite empowering, also highly creative. Venus conjunct Neptune. This is an amazing weekend for creative pursuits, romance as well. Venus conjunct Neptune can be very dreamy, romance, good weekend for a date, doing something romantic with a partner, if you have a partner, or with yourself, giving yourself some self-love as well. So very magical energy with that Venus conjunct Neptune. Also, pay attention to your dreams. We can have very vivid, active dreams as well. Spiritual awakening and activation happening to the divine feminine, to women, if you are women in particular, or women in our lives as well. Then we've got on Sunday, May 4th, Pluto going retrograde, and will be retrograde until October. what is it, 14th, 12th, 13th, something like that. I can't remember at the top of my head, but Pluto's going to be retrograde from May 4th until mid October. Okay, so about a 5-month period, and we will be out of this portal that we've been in for the past, I think, just over 2 weeks, where all planets have been direct. So, Pluto retrograde, whenever we have a planet retrograde, it's not actually moving backwards from our perspective, but it looks like it's moving backwards. It's stationed and going in a circle in the direction outside of Earth. And, retrogrades are about review and reflection and the past and looking back, a need for review. We can also feel an energy of a planet stronger when it's retrograde because planets are actually closer to the Earth when they are retrograde. Very interesting. So when Pluto is retrograde, Pluto is the god of the underworld, okay? Pluto is the great malefic, the great villain. And I think this Pluto retrograde is going to be very interesting, very telling from now going until mid-October. Let me know in the live chat how you guys feel about it. But this Pluto retrograde, it's very interesting that is starting literally the day before the P. Diddy trial starts. So during this Pluto retrograde, Pluto makes us look back and brings back from the past shadow information, intense things that we need to look at that we've maybe overlooked. So this P. Diddy trial, I do see it going forward. I do see this Pluto retrograde helping bring the truth out around it. Also, I know many of us have been very frustrated in the alternative conscious community about the Epstein files not getting released yet. I do think that the Epstein files are going to get released during this Pluto retrograde for sure. And it's going to be weird. Okay. Pluto is in Aquarius. This is our first Pluto retrograde, with Pluto only being in the sign of Aquarius, this Pluto retrograde, since the 1700s. Okay. We have a Pluto retrograde every year, but last few Pluto retrogrades we've had have been in the sign of Capricorn. This one is going to be fully in Aquarius. Aquarius is the sign that rules weirdness and shocks and surprises. Okay. So expect in the collective and also in our personal lives, weird secrets, weird information being revealed in unpredictable ways. So definitely the P. Diddy trial is going to get weirder and weirder. The Epstein files, I think that's going to be coming out. Also, Aquarius has to do in particular with technology and innovation. And with Pluto retrograde, I think we're going to see the collective a lot more hesitant and wanting answers around, us entering this Pluto and Aquarius transit and these major developments happening with technology, right? What's really going on with AI? What's really going on with some of these experimental injections? Aquarius is experiments, right? There's going to be weird informations and truth coming forward around technology, around technocrats, around their plans. So I'm actually excited for this Pluto retrograde. I think it's going to reveal a lot. I think there will be moments where it's going to be really freaking intense, specifically the upcoming full moon in Scorpio that we've got on May 12th with the dispositor of Pluto retrograde. That's going to be the day that the P. Diddy trial starts, where they do their opening statements, or the day before, if I'm not mistaken. So we are in wild times, you guys. So check where you have 3 degrees, 2 degrees, 1 degrees. Yeah, 3 degrees, 2 degrees, 1 degrees of Aquarius in your personal chart, because that's the house. And any planets, if you have any planets around those first degrees of Aquarius, 1, 2, 3, that's areas of life where this Pluto retrograde is going to be revealing, empowering you through shadow work, right? Pluto can be quite challenging, but I'm actually quite excited by it. So yeah, let me see what else we've got going on. And so, yeah, we won't have all planets direct until March 2026. So, for the whole rest of the year, there will be planets retrograde at any given time. I think we're also going to have, you know, Pluto has to do with crime and arrests. And I'm going to have to do a whole separate video on this Pluto retrograde. I think we're going to start seeing major arrests with this Pluto retrograde of major political figures, people that have done weird experiments on humanity. I'm actually excited by this Pluto retrograde. I feel positivity through the revealing of the deep, dark truths that we need to be aware of. So, yeah, let's pull some cards as we go into this weekend. What are our tarot card messages as we go into this weekend with Venus conjunct the Neptune? Venus conjunct Neptune, very magical in Aries at an Aries degree, empowering us, helping us to dissolve what no longer serves, and also the great Pluto going retrograde. Leslie says the truth will set us free. Definitely. Definitely. We need to get to the bottom of things. Pluto helps us to get to the uncomfortable bottom of things to set us free and release us from it. So let's see. What have we got for? Okay. This is also, might I say, the last weekend where we're going to have Mars and Pluto in a strong opposition within 5 degrees. So Mars is starting to move faster and faster with every day that passes. By May 8th, Mars and Pluto will no longer be within a 5-degree strong orb. This is our last weekend with Mars-Pluto in a strong opposition while Pluto is going retrograde. So that also makes sense too. I just realized that. It feels like even though Pluto is a very outer planet, it's our most outer discovered planet at the moment, I feel like we're feeling this Pluto retrograde very strong as it's starting. So it's also a good time to be doing shadow work if you do feel things intensely coming up for you at this time. If you've got Pluto, in an angular house in your chart or conjunct major placements, you will feel it more than others. So if you've got any placements in the fixed signs at 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 degrees or 0 degrees, you're going to be feeling that the most for sure. So check that out. Interesting, as we go into the weekend, we've got to start off with the 3 of Wands reversed. Arrogance, obstinacy. I've never used that word before. Delays, treacherous obstacles, disorganization. We've also got the 5 of Swords. Okay, holy guacamole. You guys, this is a drama card. Sometimes the victory is not worth the price. Selfishness, conflict, aggression, argument, fear of failure, self-sabotage, anxiety. And we've also got the 10 of Cups. So that's kind of weird. 2 pretty challenging cards, but then also the 10 of Cups. Everything you've planned for has worked out. Happiness, lasting success, home, feeling blessed, contentment, family. Different transits affect us. I'm hearing Spirit say this. Transits affect us differently depending on where we're at in our self-development. Okay. So with us having Venus conjunct Neptune this weekend and Pluto going retrograde, this can definitely be, Her Miller says, pick your battles. Definitely. This can definitely be some battles possibly coming up. Also, Mars and Pluto still in opposition. Battles within ourselves. This has been a huge theme during this Taurus season. This Taurus season is freaking intense. Okay, you guys, this is not a normal Taurus season. This is a Taurus season filled with shadow work. Okay, so I feel Spirit saying, be very honest with yourself as you go into this weekend of where we may be being arrogant towards ourselves. Okay. And what I mean by that is if something at this point, and I know I've said this before recently, but if something at this point is not working for you, let that shit go. Okay. And I'll give you guys personal example of something that I'm going through personally in my life. Jens and I have, we've been thinking that we're going to be moving to Ontario. We've been on that journey for the past almost 2 years. We haven't found a place. We've had all these weird road blockages. It's not happening effortlessly whatsoever. And then we find out the results of this recent Canadian election, and Alberta may be separating. Just using a personal example, you know, it's actually good that I haven't bought a new house yet because Canada is completely changing and there's a lot of unknowns. And for me personally, I might have to make a quick decision to like move to Alberta for a time. Yeah, Linda, yeah, I'm at the moment, I'm Alberta bound, right? Which is freaking nuts. That was not part of the plan at all. I'm going to be going there this summer and scouting it out, meeting some friends that I have there. But I'm using that example because it's like, and it could be for us many in different ways, depending on where you're at. But is there an area for you where it's just not working out and you've been forcing it, right? And it won't be the case for everybody, but for a lot of us, let that go. That's me being arrogant towards myself. I've been like trying to force this shit with the house and it's not working out, right? So, is there a part in your life that we're forcing something and it's just not working out? It's an energy leak. We need to go into this. 3 of Wands upright is an Aries card, and Venus and Neptune are conjunct in Aries. Find your inspiration to take action. Preparation, planning, expansion, established force, success, openness, honesty. So if you put your energy into something and it works out, that's the universe telling you yes, right? If you're putting your energy into something, whatever area it is in life, and it doesn't work out, and there's bam, and there's bam, and there's block, and there's block, we need to let that go during these times because things are becoming very clear. That's part of what the battle is. That's part of the 5 of Swords battle. It's going to be hard this weekend if you just don't let things go where it's obvious, it's in your face. Neptune is in Aries. Neptune is in Aries. Okay. And something I've been noticing, I'm just going to say this. Something I've been noticing with some clients, with just some people I've talked to recently, is like some people trying to force love relationships, right? And bringing this up because Venus does rule relationships, Neptune conjunct Venus. A healthy love relationship is if you are very passionately in love with someone. Of course, there's always challenges. Of course, we can drive each other nuts when we're in relationships. But there's also a message coming through as we go into this weekend intuitively with this Venus conjunct Neptune, which both have to do with romance. Pluto going retrograde has to do with sex and intimacy, merging with others. If you are like forcing yourself to be with somebody right now when you're not actually passionate about it, when you're not actually fully attracted to the person, or you feel like you're just settling, that's going to become very apparent this weekend. And it's time to let that shit go. Okay. So every aspect of life with these planets moving into Aries, this Venus-Neptune conjunction into Aries, things are becoming very obvious, very in our face to show us the 10 of Cups, to show us what is pure joy and pure bliss and in alignment, right? I also feel like this is a very powerful weekend to spend some time in prayer, to spend some time in meditation, to spend some time outdoors in nature and connect Neptune to the universe. Maybe do some stargazing, look at the stars, raise your consciousness. And when you go into that space, things, insights, clarity effortlessly comes to you. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed that. But when you're just in the zone, when you're in your heart, when you're letting go of expectations, when you're letting go of control, clarity naturally just comes to you. So I hope what I'm saying makes sense. You guys, am I making sense? See, Lojo says, watch your finger, Meg. Did I give the middle finger by accident? What, what do I need to do with my finger? I didn't mean to do anything weird with my finger. So I don't know what you're talking about, See, Lojo. Okay, let's pull a bonus card as well. 5 of Swords. Also, like someone said in the chat. Ooh. Oh my God. Look at what just fell out. Wow. 3 of Swords. I think there's going to be a lot of breakups with this Venus-Neptune conjunction. And I feel like a lot of us in this community, it's going to be you having to do the breakup if a relationship isn't on the line. Maybe you're going to get broken up with. But if you are not fully turned on, invested in, inspired, on the right path with a partner. Yeah, Jenny says not just romantic relationships. Yeah, this is romance, this is work, this is friends. Totally, Jenny. If you are not on the same page, right? Let that go. And yeah, Debster says breaking up is hard to do. So I don't know how much clearer to make that. And it's hard for us as empaths because we don't want to hurt people, right? We never want to hurt people, but we only go as far as the people that we surround ourselves by. So I really believe that. Michael Deed says, let's turn Calgary into the Northern Sedona. Yes, let's do this. I'm so excited. I can't wait to go visit Alberta this summer and to scope it out. And just, I'm letting go of control and I'm going with the flow and I'm going to let the universe guide me 100%. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining me. Be sure to check out the Coco Show happening on the Beyond Mystic, Rumble, and X channels. Actually, live right now. Sorry, Coco, I'm a couple minutes late. Oh my goodness. So go check out Coco over on the Beyond Mystic Rumble happening live right now, 1 p.m. Eastern. And also, we've got Beyond Mystic and Sending Ravens special edition natural calendars. So cool. Now available over at, I think, Ascension Organites, if I'm not mistaken. I think these are available at Ascension Organites. Yes, Carla's website. So you can use code Beyond Mystic for 10% off. And also, Janine and I are going to be hosting this Opening the Psychic Senses live workshop on Sunday, May 4th at 4 p.m. Eastern. Unlock the secrets of your natural psychic abilities. Level 2. So come join us. And whether you've taken level 1 or not, it doesn't matter. You can come join us for level 2. It's going to be so much fun. Whether you want to develop your psychic senses for personal or professional reasons, come join us. We are so excited to share our wisdom and experience with you. So I love you all so much, sending so much cosmic love your way. And I'll see you guys on Sunday for Psychic Senses Workshop with Janine, and wishing you all a very magical weekend ahead. Love you guys. See you soon. Bye.